Welcome all children. As we were studying about the types of point defects, we have covered the two types of point defects that are stoichiometric defect and impurity defect. Today we'll be covering the third type and the last type of point defect, that is non-stoichiometric defect. So what are non-stoichiometric defects? These are those imperfections in the crystal. These are those imperfections in the crystals which leads to change in the composition of the solids. These non-stoichiometric defects are those imperfections which led to change in the composition of the solid. That is, when any element, when any compound which is a solid, which contains the respective elements, for example FeO. So here when iron and oxygen are not present in stoichiometric ratio, they are present when the respective elements or the constituent particles are present in non-stoichiometric ratio, then that type of defect is non-stoichiometric defect. So 2 points I've told you. There will be change in the composition of the solid, and second one, the ratio of the constituent elements will be non-stoichiometric ratio. Now it is of two types. First one is metal excess defect and second one is metal deficiency defect. So in metal excess defect, there are two types of metal excess defect. First one, metal excess defect due to anionic vacancy. Now if I talk about a solid NaCl, it is a solid NaCl. It will have the constituent ions Na positive and Cl negative ions. It will have the constituent particles Na positive and Cl negative ions. Now what will happen when we heat this metal halide? When we heat this metal halide NaCl in the presence of sodium vapors, then what will happen? These sodium vapors will deposit on the surface of NaCl. Now this sodium vapors will dissociate into Na positive and one electron. Now what will happen? This Cl negative is a close friend of Na positive. So this Cl negative wants to go out and meet Na positive. So what will happen? This Cl negative will move out. So as Na positive, Na is dissociated into Na positive and an electron, and I can write over here Na positive and here it is Cl negative from down to the surface. Now this electron is left and this site of Cl negative is vacant because this has moved to the surface. Now this electron will go and occupy the site of Cl negative. So this type of defect is known as metal excess defect. You look here. This is NaCl crystal. Na positive, negative, Na positive, Cl negative. Now what has happened? This solid I have heated in the presence of sodium vapors, and the sodium vapors has deposited on the surface by dissociating into Na positive and an electron. Now what will happen? Cl negative from here will move out and will combine with Na positive. Na positive plus Cl negative will form NaCl, that will get deposited on the surface, and the vacant space left will be occupied by the electron released by sodium. So this is metal excess defect. Now The release electron when diffuse into the crystal, it occupy the anionic site. It occupy the anionic site. Now we have an important term, that is F centers. So the anionic site, what is the anionic site? Where Cl negative was there. So when it left the anionic site and moved to the surface of NaCl crystal, then the anionic site when occupied by the unpaired electron given by Na, then that site is known as F centers, or that part is known as F center or Farben center. Now these F centers, that is the anionic site which is occupied by the electron, this anionic site impart color to the crystal, that is you can see NaCl is colored crystal. Now what will happen exactly? This was a solid having NaCl and now the site was occupied by the electron. Now a visible light will fall on this. Whenever this crystal will get energy, then what will happen? This electron, unpaired electron, will absorb the light fallen on it. Now this electron gets excited and will jump. This electron will get excited on gaining of energy, that is when we expose it to light. This electron gains energy and jumps, which leads to the color of the crystal, So these are the F centers. Now the second type of metal axis defect is due to the presence of extracation at interstitial site. Now suppose we have a crystal of Zn2 positive, here it is O2 negative, Zn2 positive, here also it is O2 negative. So this system has been repeated again and again over the entire crystal, Zn2 positive, O2 negative. Now what will happen? Here it will O2 negative, Zn2 positive, O2 negative, Zn2 positive. So the left space is the interstitial site. Now what happen when we heat this crystal? Generally zinc oxide is white in color. Now when we heat the crystal, this zinc oxide will lose oxygen and will release electrons. Now on losing oxygen, there will be excess of Zn2 positive ions in the crystal. Now on losing of oxygen, this O2 negative will move out. So there is a balance. Already there was a balance between positive and negative ions. So when this negative ion moves out, positive becomes more. So what happens? This positive move to the interstitial site. So this effect is known as metal axis defect due to presence of extracation at interstitial site. So when it moves, what will happen? The crystal will remain neutral. Due to this, the crystal will remain neutral. So what is it exactly? An extra positive ion, Zn2 positive ion, occupies the interstitial site in the lattice, and the free electron, now electron will be released. This free electron will occupy the neighboring interstitial site. So here Zn2 positive comes, and here neighboring interstitial site, that electron will come. Here, and Zn2 positive will occupy this interstitial site. So this is the second type of metal axis defect. Now We know that non-stoichiometric defect is of two types, metal access defect and the second one is metal deficiency defect. So when we talk about metal deficiency defect, we generally talk about those solids which have variable valencies, whose valencies vary, such as iron. Iron has two type of valency, Fe2 positive and Fe3 positive. Now, generally what happens, this type of defect arises when cations move from their lattice sites. It generally happens when cations move from their lattice site and the cation in the adjacent lattice site. For example, here you have Fe2 positive and O2 negative. Now here it is Fe3 positive. So it is for iron having variable valencies. Now if this moves from the lattice site, then what will happen? This cation having more valency, that is 3 positive, this will take its place. This loss of charge will be made up by the cation which is having more valency or more positive charge. Now, if we talk about FeO crystal, then in FeO crystal, some of the Fe2 positive ions are missing. And if Fe2 positive ions are missing from the lattice site, then that missing positive charge is made up by the presence of required number of Fe3 positive ion. So when this kind of work is done, then that is will be showing metal deficiency defect. Example, ferrous oxide FeO. The composition is generally Fe 0.950, that is Fe is of 0.95 and oxygen is 1. And the value of Fe may range from Fe 0.930 to Fe 0.960. So this is what metal deficiency defect shown by those metals which have variable valency. Done. Thank you and have a nice day.